For fiber. We good?
We're good.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. It's another episode of the Manhood Tree live cast.
Oh, yeah.
I'm your host, Abdul-Rahmaan I, and I also have across from me.
My name is Zoe. Alonzo Beckett, owner of Any Video. That's me.
Awesome. He's shouting out his business 2 seconds into the podcast.
2 seconds.
So, we got some guests on today. Over to my left, we have...
Hey, it's John J.
Welcome, John. Thanks for coming on tonight. And then we also have my main man...
Berthal C. Johnson.
Berthal C. Johnson. C is for...
Cash.
Cash. I like it. I wasn't gonna go that way. All right, we have a power packed show tonight. We got a lot to talk about. Once again, Alonzo Beckett, aka Zoe, is coming back from another vacation. I don't know what island he was on, but I saw him on an island. And so we wanted to talk about self-care. I'm assuming there was a reason why you were on the island. So why don't you give the people, tell us a little bit about your latest vacation you were on.
Well, the latest vacation was vacation with a friend of mine. He turned what I thought was 50, but he turned 51. Let's give him up.
I just turned 50.
We turned 51, so I had recently come back from the greatest party.
Oh, the last great party?
Yeah, I went to that. Some guy who turned 50. It was a good party.
Now that was a
So,
party.
so when I was exhausted for coming back from there. And he wanted to go for his birthday, and I was like, man, I don't want to go, and I don't want to go. Then he was like, man, you always go with everybody. You know,
Yeah,
it's a guilt
make
trip.
it so
Guilt
bad.
trip.
It's a guilt trip. But the guilt trip is fine when it's a guilt trip to an island. So I'm like, all right.
All right, I'll do
So
it.
then I went for the guilt trip, and I had fun. It was all right. Just laid around because I was kind of exhausted still, so I didn't really party like I would normally do.
You know,
like
I'm
drink
actually
and
pretty
something.
proud to hear that you were exhausted from my party 2 or 3 weeks later. You were like still
feeling it.
like,
man.
damn.
It's a lot.
Yeah, that was a hell of
It
a
was,
yeah.
It was dope, man.
You had to be there, people. You had to be there.
It's dope.
So, gentlemen, what do you do for self-care when you're going on vacation? Where's the last vacation you've been on? And do you see it as something that is much needed as it pertains to your day-to-day grind, your day-to-day hustle?
Go ahead, Ken.
I do believe that it's something that you need to do. It's essential. And just like breathing,
Okay.
taking a break. Especially in what you used was the word grinding.
Yes.
Right? So like you're grinding every day. So we'll stay there first.
Yeah.
If you're grinding every day, so you need that break. You do need that break. And whatever that break is, a staycation, because not many people can get away.
Okay.
Right?
So sometimes you got to do a staycation. I heard you say staycation.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. You know,
Yeah.
so again, it's just disconnecting from the matrix, to steal your word, right?
Yep.
And just to be able to reconnect with oneself. That's essential.
Okay.
I was just telling my man that really it's about reconnecting and just decompressing from all the stress and just relaxing
Yep.
from the battle and just, enjoying yourself.
Yeah.
Enjoy yourself.
You know, for 20 years, I've been going on quote-unquote vacations. And I don't consider myself like I'm not a put my feet up in the sand type of guy.
No.
Nah, I don't. When I go on vacation, I'm actually usually trying to go do something.
Experiences.
Like my whole life is based off of going somewhere, and I have something very clear in my mind that I'm going there for. So like I'm gonna go see something, go do something, and I have no desire. I'm not much of a rester.
We know that.
I don't really like I don't like saying that much at all. And I feel like if I'm on the beach.
I love the beach.
I'm not a fan.
I love it.
And so
Reconnecting with the sun.
I love the sun, but I'm just saying I will say I'm learning that there is some value in decompressing, in recharging, but my history has been more so I'm going to go see one of the wonders of the world, and I'm just trying to move while I'm there.
So I have a question. How do you take in the moment then? How do you take in the moment?
When I see something,
Yeah. Is there a way you
You know, it's funny because as you just said that, I think that sometimes it's kind of like trying to disconnect from like Facebook. We're on Facebook right now, but it's like to be able to say like, because you're doing it, and it's like I gotta show
What I'm doing.
everybody what I'm doing. And so when you do that, it kind of takes away from
Experience.
being at something that is
In
like
the moment.
absolutely amazing.
Right.
And so what I've been trying to do, even though I do take a video or some pictures, but I do try to take some moments to be able to indulge in being at Machu Picchu or being at, Chichen Itza or being somewhere that, not many people have gone in the world,
So how would you do that though?
Just kind of taking a moment, like just kind of like being able to say when my wife and I we went to Rome, and we were in the Colosseum, and so there's a point where you're like, yo, I'm actually in.
So do you stop and be like,
Yeah, I'm in the
Right,
Colosseum,
yeah.
and then you try to say, the other piece is like saying like, what has occurred here, so like it's like being able
Putting
to
yourself
you
in
reflect.
that time.
yeah,
you reflect historically? Reflect like I'm here and this happened here.
Right.
So you gotta give it more like, I guess, more of a connection to where you are instead of just being like I said, when you go on vacation, a lot of people you just travel.
Right.
And then it's all over. You look at the pictures and you think about it. You never sat there, but like you never took a deep breath on the beach and like inhaled real deeply and
Right.
And maybe it sounds corny, but like I do things like that. Like I'll sit there and I'll just like leave me alone for a second. Just
Yeah.
Remember we talked about how to meditate a little bit.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
try some things so I can just feel different there.
Yeah.
You know.
No, I think you're right, and I wish I'm learning how to do stuff like meditate, and really get in connection with my body a little bit more, because like I said, I'm usually most of the trips I've been on, I'm just taking pictures and moving. I'm moving around, just getting it in. Oh yeah, I saw that. We did this. Check, and I'm on to the next thing. So.
Well, add a little depth to that. So my wife and I talked on the vacation, and we went to the last vacation we went to Mexico, Tulum, to be specific.
I love Tulum.
Love
Yeah.
it. Beautiful place. But I'll tell you, I'm not a big social media guy, but she posts everything once we were going through the process and once we got back. But no one will never know that I went,
Right.
Because for me, going back to you're grinding. Once I was there,
Yep.
and I didn't have to check in with my my employees,
Yep.
I was done.
Right.
I was done. I know my kids were safe.
Yep.
I was done.
So you put the phone away.
Man, well, I couldn't. And realistically, like we were there for 9 days. I couldn't do it for 9 days.
Yeah.
Right. But for 3 days out of that,
Yep.
I did not touch my phone
Okay.
at all.
I'm gonna try that.
You should.
I'm gonna try to put the phone down and not take a picture of everything that's going on. Because
After this one.
after I take a couple of shots right now, I'll do that because it's important. I think there's we call it a vacation, right? But in a way, we're like still working. I'm working.
Always.
Yeah, the way you working,
Yeah.
it's not a vacation.
It's not a
You're always
vacation.
doing something.
Yeah.
Or it's a destination.
Yeah.
You want to be able to sit and enjoy, take it in.
Seize the moment, like I said.
Yeah.
Sit and probably watch people walk and enjoying their tourism as well.
Yeah.
I wish I went on vacations. I haven't been out the country. I'm about to get my passport.
Nice.
Like this week.
I was
so
already on him.
I'm
I was
sorry.
on him. I told him about the TSA. I gotta get the global reentry. I told him.
You got it?
No, I gotta get the global reentry. You know what? Now I've combated that so far.
What?
I just sit in the first seat. So far, I just sit in the first
So you
seat.
get out early.
I timed it everything from the time it hits the runway
Yeah.
to the time they open the doors. 8 minutes. I'm out the door. I'm the first one out the door, and I'm the first one in line. So like, first one in line. But if I just have the
Oh, when you come back.
then I come back.
Oh, you get so you getting first class sit?
Oh, both way for way. I don't. Yeah, both ways. And
What you talking about going to DR?
DR or Costa
Yeah, I don't
Rica.
care. I don't mind sitting in the back of the plane.
No. Oh, I disagree with that
What?
because one time we said the same thing.
Yeah.
Me and Will came back. I think it was during the one week before. I went right before your party.
Yeah.
And we landed in New York, and an Indian lady smacked the white lady in the face,
Oh wow.
like in row 7. We're on like row 18. We're on like 21. So I'm thinking, if I was in a row, I'll be off the plane. So we sat in the plane for another like 30, 40 minutes because it was melee.
Yeah.
And he had to get the police.
That's some wild stuff.
So I'm thinking, I'm never sitting back here with these people.
These people?
These
people?
I don't know if you can say that. I don't know. If you,
That's how
Listen,
I felt. I felt.
listen.
And then they start. You were in New York, so you know what they started doing?
What?
Take it off the plane, like get out of here. They're all like screaming, just making it worse. I'm like,
crazy.
Were they women?
these people
Yeah.
with their,
These
their
people were women.
Listen,
They're
the
women.
only thing I care about is that Deshelle is sitting next to me. Like I need to be
Yeah.
in the window seat or the aisle seat, and she needs to be next because I don't want to sit next to anybody. That's all I care about. If Deshelle is there or nobody's there, I'm good money. I don't care where I sit on the plane. Now I will say, DR first class is not the same as true first class. That's not true first class. You know that, right?
Nah,
Okay, because I'm just saying it's not a long enough flight to really feel the first classness. Because when you go on a flight like where did I go? Me and Deshelle went to I don't know where we went.
Dubai. That was fun.
I think it was Dubai.
Yeah.
So we got first class for that. This is when they're like you got a bed. You were like
I know.
you know what I'm saying? Like they're coming and giving you super treatment. On going to DR, it's so quick. It's like you still just getting the snacks.
I'm just happy I'm in the front row.
Right.
That's it.
But yeah, first class is nice.
Yeah.
I've only had it a couple times. I like to go back.
Well, I've never had it then.
I like to
We
go
explained
back to
it
that.
They explained it.
I like to go back to that.
All right, so we going to these topics.
All right, let's move it on. So, and I actually would like to see the 4-pack, not that long thing you're doing.
I don't know what a 4-pack is, bro. I mean, it was doing it last week, and
You lost the 4-pack?
Listen, I'm pressing the same buttons as.
It's not on the screen.
No one knows what I'm talking about. I think
I
you
know.
took it off.
I know. What's
I
up.
think you took it off. To tell you the truth.
Well, you can always add it. There's a plus sign right there at the bottom.
I'm about to working with it now.
All right,
you know.
you're the edit king.
Not the switcher king.
That's why you gotta practice. That's why you gotta practice. You
Practice.
know what?
Practice?
Practice. That's why you gotta come in and practice like
Come in
me.
and
Put in an
practice.
hour on the
Wow.
switcher.
10,000 hours.
Let's talk to our guest today. Let's
Yes.
let's switch over and do we have some other topics, but I would like to allow our guest an opportunity to share a little bit about themselves, about what they do. Berthal, I'm gonna come back to you because you're gonna talk a little bit about real estate. John, you're a consultant, so talk to us a little bit about the entertainment business. What's hot right now?
Entertainment, you know what's hot right now? Getting your business structured so that you can make money without having an industry or a financer controlling your destiny.
Okay.
So my whole thing is, and has always been, is to work with independent artists and to just guide them. In order for me to guide them, I had to guide myself and
Okay.
understand what it is that I wanted to do.
Right.
And that's what we got today. I understand what I want to do, and I want to help the artists and the people.
Yeah. So a lot of artists get caught up with the big companies, and then they don't get their money. Right. Basically, that's what you're doing. So you're trying to help them navigate the system without having to go with the big boys.
Right. Without having to sell, quote unquote, your soul or your integrity. Or
Yeah.
your IP.
I hear that's some rough stuff. You're in the entertainment business. You know about some of that entertainment stuff.
I don't know if I'm in it.
No, you're in it, buddy.
No, I don't
you
think so.
you know about some of that.
No, I'm not in it.
Do
I
you
drove
know
by- I
about,
drove by it.
Do you know about some of the things you have to go through to make it in the entertainment business? You know about that?
I guess.
John, do you know?
What? Oh, man.
I heard
Let's
about
not
some
even
stuff
talk.
that you have to do to get in there.
Yeah, the Colts, I think. Maybe a Colt or something. I don't know.
Code,
Not a.
I've heard
45.
about it, man.
it's a contract. No, but to be serious, you know, they take the money from the artist,
Yep.
and you get left and stuck out in the cold when you don't do what they say. So I'm basically trying to say, let's get together with your thoughts and what you want to do, and let's bypass them and figure out who it is that you want to listen to you.
Right.
Who's your audience?
Grow your
Let's
audience.
grow your audience.
Do it more organically,
There you go.
as opposed to trying to just use the system, the machine,
To grind you out.
grind you out, and then they spit you out.
And
Basically,
spit you out. You
Yeah.
fodder.
Yeah.
You don't want to be fodder.
Have you seen a lot of artists where they like that? That's what happens to them. Like they might be hot for a minute, and then they basically go through the system, and then they're out of it.
What it is, now that we have a little bit of information now, it's like they caught wind of what they had to do.
Right.
So now, yes, they caught the success, but they don't want to have to now do the actual work or maybe make a certain song or
Right.
take certain things that's not within their integrity
Yep.
to do so. They say, you know what, I'm going to just bolt.
They
I
don't-
got my money and I'm out. I'm cool with it.
They're done.
One hit wonders.
So do you feel like the industry is changing? Like more so like people saying because of all the social media and different things like that, I'm gonna go ahead and take my shot
Yeah.
instead of going the long way.
Yeah, they want the microwave fix. And that's what
Oh.
the industry is kind of like right now, as opposed to organically growing and having, you know, minor success and then going back tweaking it and then coming with something different. And then
Right.
No, everyone's the same right now.
Everybody, yeah, I noticed that.
Everybody's the
I was
same.
gonna ask.
So all right, so everything's the same. All right, speaking to you too. So you listen to hip hop.
Yes,
Right, how about this? You listen to what's your nationality?
I'm Jamaican.
So you listen to dance hall, right?
Every now and then.
He's assuming.
Right,
Do you
right,
listen-
I know.
right.
Do you like
right,
Bob Marley?
Right.
Do you know who Bob?
But this is my point. My point
It's
is
like, are you-
like the music.
what's your national?
I'm African American.
You listen to James Brown, obviously. You obviously listen to James
I
Brown.
have. Well, my point is that like, do you think the music like is kind of tailored to make people like numb to like what's really happening, right? So they wanna. So if I talk about something that's gonna help you,
Yeah.
and he does it. He talks about, you know, Booty Hole Brown, right? That's that's that song. We all know that song, right?
I
And
never
the-
heard that song.
The Sexy Red and all that,
Oh, yeah,
all that
yeah,
crazy
yeah.
stuff, right? That
Yeah.
makes no sense, right, to us.
Yeah.
But they promote that heavily. But you'll see someone like Rhapsody. You ever heard of Rhapsody?
Yeah, yeah.
Or common.
Rapper.
Right,
Common.
right, right. But they won't promote that. It'll
Right.
be amazing, but they won't. So do you see that in that genre that you grew up with? Do they do the same thing in that genre
They-
you're doing in hip hop? That's what
No,
it seems like.
and
they're
I'm
doing.
going to go on record and saying this, so I can't be a monolith for all Jamaicans or Jamaican.
Okay.
guys,
I was
right?
trying. I was trying.
Yeah.
But I will say this: what I do see similarities. You know, the Chronics, those guys, right? That I call quote unquote conscious guys, right?
Mhm.
Like they don't push that as much as they would do with some of the dance hall where you see
Right.
people doing crazy things and
Right.
stuff like that, right? So it's the same thing. I mean, it is. It goes across the same thing for R&B, hip hop, and all that stuff too. It's, you push things that's going to make money.
Yeah.
You know, you push things that's gonna just good off the shelf. Not necessarily not gonna make money, but that's gonna sell. And that's how it is. That's just how it is with us as human beings, us as business.
Americans.
You know, it's not necessarily American, it's just business.
Would you say it's a part of the master plan?
Absolutely.
Because
Country
making money.
Country has not gotten more violent since
Right.
country music is not.
So to
more
me, it's
violent.
like partly it's about making money, but partly it's about the destruction of us. You know, like there's a power, or I think there's power in music, in words, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when they promote, it's kind of like let's destroy them. Let's you know, like if you don't look for different types of music, like you said, you turn on the radio, every song is pretty much on the same vibe.
You know what? The funny thing, I was telling someone that, like, I know people, I know white people, I know other people that are not black or whatever. Some people, they don't know any black people, right?
Yeah.
So if they see on TV or they hear a song,
That's what it is.
they think that all black people are like that. Even
Right.
though I don't even, and I was telling someone, I don't even know black people like that.
Right. Like
Some of the
people
songs-
like on the videos.
I'm like, I'm black. I don't know nobody like that.
Right.
Right? But
That's a fake
person that doesn't know any black people, they'll think that they're
That's
all
how
like
black
that.
people are. Yeah.
And that's the perception that they just want to, that we keep spewing out.
Give
And
you.
yeah.
It's crazy. So, all right, let's switch over to Berthal. So, Berthal, I know you're into the real estate game. I'm going to call it the real estate game. Why don't you tell the people a little bit about your business, your business structure, what you like to do, what you're into? Give the people a little information.
So I know you led with just real estate, but me personally, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I am a true entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So what that means, I am owner of a few businesses.
Okay. My
So-
bad.
So not only real estate, but construction,
Yeah.
you know, grocery store, blah, 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 investing, other things too. So,
Mhm.
again, I'll go back and say I'm just a true entrepreneur.
Yeah.
I'm coming from the corporate world where, you know, I like growing things.
Yeah.
And that transcend to just me wanting to have my own. Me wanting my own transcending to me wanting to teach people how to have their own.
So do you teach? What do you have? What do you workshops? Or?
No, it's even simpler than that. It's just people that I come around with, people that come around me, employees, again, everyone, just people from a street. If you want to be better and you put yourself in my path, I'm going to help you.
Can you say the name of your business?
Free Entity Group. So it's a digit 3INITY group. You can find me anywhere, Berthal Johnson. If you Google it, you will find me.
So this is a question, because you're a serial entrepreneur, but real estate is one of the areas that you have a lot of knowledge in.
Yes.
So for our listeners out there, a young man who is thinking about buying a house, what advice would you give him about buying a house in late 2023, 2024? What would you say to him about that idea?
I would say it's a great idea. But first you have to assess where you are. What do I mean by assessing where you are? What's your credit look like?
Yeah.
What can you afford? What's your purchasing power? I mean, so these are things that you need to be able. First of all, you got to figure out where your credit is, because if you don't know where that is, then you can't buy anything.
Right.
And from there, you will know what you need to do. Because if you need to work on that, then you have a game plan. But purchasing, I think it's one of the best things for us, and I stress for us to generate some wealth.
Yeah.
So I think that everyone should do that.
Okay. What would you say is a good credit score?
Right now, if you're about 675, you can get an FHA. You can do a lot.
Yep.
I think they're lowering that now based on some things that Biden passed, if I'm not mistaken. But at 675, you should be good to be able to do whatever you want to do.
And if somebody was just trying to get started, would you say they just buy anything, like just get them something to get their foot in the door, or would they go try to get their dream home?
No, just like you going out to buy a Bugatti. No, you should not.
Yeah.
I try to let people know, if you're gonna buy something, everyone wanna buy the starter home, right? And I wish I bought a starter home, and actually I am still staying in that starter home in West Hartford.
Nice.
I've been there for 15 years.
Great community.
Yes, yeah, you know. And so some people may say it's not a starter home, but whatever, right?
Because it's West Hartford.
Fair.
It's probably a mansion.
And the house. But besides
Who
that,
lives in a mansion,
square feet.
and he's in here like, yo, it's only 5,000 square feet.
6-car
got a little
garage.
swimming pool, basketball court, starter home.
That's all.
Yeah.
well, my business own people like that, but no. No, but what I'm saying is, like, I think what you want to do is kind of set yourself up for tomorrow. Set yourself up for not having to be contractually binded to a check
Right.
every month, right?
Yep.
I have to do this, I have to do this. So if you get a 2-family or a 3-family, right? Everyone knows,
Okay.
right?
So now you're talking about the game. This is the game.
Yes.
You get a 2-family. Tell us about that.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
Yep.
you live in one, and you house hack for a little bit,
Right.
and then that kind of give you momentum to be able to go ahead and do whatever you want to do.
I like
Most people don't want to have more than one property. Most people don't want to have 6, 704.
Right.
You know what I mean?
A lot.
So like you just get one, and then you see where that goes. But I definitely, if I would encourage anyone out there, is to go and buy a 2 or a 3 family. If you want to buy something, you want to do that, you should definitely do that. And secondly, rent right now is increasingly
Crazy.
It is.
It's crazy.
So this is just a come up for anyone.
It's murderous.
It is.
I feel like I'm renting. It's murderous.
Your wife said that what's a good credit score? These days you can do a lot with a 675 credit score. Is that correct?
Yeah.
She's chimed that in. That's one.
Threw it out there.
She's chimed that in there. So
I
675.
have a 759 right now, and I'm on my way to 800.
So with that, you can leverage that to be able to do as much as you want.
Yeah, I could basically get in there and make it happen.
You can leverage that, and that's the next step too. Like you build up your credit to be able where you can. A lot of people say, "Oh, I don't have the money. I don't have the money." And believe me, buying my first one, I had to call aunts, uncles, like friends, leverage my savings, like everything, right? And again, but you do what you need to do because first have the plan, right? When you have a plan, But you need, that's what you're gonna do, you have an 800 square score, you have a perfect square for whatever that is,
Right.
you can leverage that to be able to do what you wanna do.
All right, and so those wanting to get their credit fixed, where do they go for that?
There are many people I don't fix. I have a lot of people that I work with that
Can
can
you
be able
recommend someone? And don't say creditscore.com. Don't say
No.
creditscore.com.
I mean, off table, I can provide something. So
Okay, yeah.
that's-
Just want to give somebody some resources. That's all.
Yeah, I will definitely.
Some reputable people
Yeah,
that you.
absolutely.
Right.
So I'll make sure you have that for sure.
All right, so I wasn't gonna do this,
Do it.
but you gotta talk about that watch you got on right
Whoa,
now.
whoa,
My God,
let me
throw
see
that
it,
watch.
let me see.
Let's see that watch again. I know you didn't think I saw it. Yeah, that thing.
Come on.
Come on, man, talk about
It's
that.
nothing.
That's some fancy stuff right there.
Hey,
What is
that-
that?
it's top-
What is that?
Top notch guest.
Yeah,
we're
what
in
is
there.
that?
I don't even know what that is. I'm not a watch person.
It's something. It's
Something?
something.
It's nothing. It says. I love it. I love it.
Bright
Come
light.
on, you want to talk
No,
about
it's
it?
not that rally. It's not. I'm glad I didn't.
You didn't bring that. You didn't
No,
bring that. That's not the big one.
No.
It's not. Gotta bring him
not
back.
a little
then.
good.
Not a little.
So watches. As I've gotten older,
Love watches.
I was at Lux Bond and Green.
I
the
saw.
other day. You saw? Oh, I posted a picture. Yeah, it was on my story though.
Yeah.
For sure. Quick. You know, you got to get on the list. You got to get on the list
To buy it to.
to kind of get the watch I'm trying to get. You got to get on the list. They don't just have it in the store.
Presidential.
No, I was looking at the Submariner. You don't just I thought I was gonna sashay in there. I was like,
I was looking at Apple iWatch 4.
I saw that watch in your arm,
I'm just seeing
and
it.
then I got me one, and it's so big. I just hate that watch. I just threw it. It's just thrown in a corner right now. I feel like it's. I went back to my smaller one. Like I can't deal with it. I cannot deal with that watch.
I love watches.
All right, watches are like the way you when you're a real G, you have on
yourself.
like basic clothes
And a watch.
and a $30,000 watch. When I was in there, I was looking at a $6,000 watch. That was like the opener.
Yeah.
This young dude walks in and he's like, oh, "Let me see that one."
22.
And no, it was 45.
Wow.
And I was like, "Holy crap!" I was so mad. I was looking at this young dude. He was young. He was 30 years old.
YouTuber.
Yo, 45 on his wrist. He just got on the list too, though. I don't know what he was doing because it's the one. It doesn't even look like it's 45, but
Plain. Love that.
because the band is like rubber. It's that rubber band,
Yeah.
but the watch is gold. It's 100% gold, and so the dude was giving me the whole history. You know, they're like selling, and so they're telling you stuff about
Yeah.
watches you never even knew.
They about to get a
Right.
great cut off of that.
But I would suggest this is something this is what I learned from the experience. I would suggest for anybody that's listening to go to a watch store like Lux Bond and Green or somewhere like that, just for the experience of hearing them talk about the watches. Like sometimes you might say, like, if you're not a person that likes nice things, you might say a watch is a watch. It's just, all it can do is tell time. But then when you go in there and you hear about, like, the Submariner is a watch that can go 1,000 feet in the ocean. It's made out of platinum, but it's like it does stuff, you know.
Platinum. It's like, oh, buddy.
I'll tell you this.
gold.
For me, of a person who loves timepieces.
Yeah.
I don't care, and that's what he mentioned is like me just being in some Timbs and some Jordans and a nice
Right.
piece. And if I knew he was going to do that, I would wear something nice.
Yeah.
Next time.
Next time. Come back.
He's definitely coming back.
Yeah.
He's definitely.
Come back.
For sure. But there's nothing
all
more
I got
important
is
than
watch.
just
That's it.
having a timepiece.
Yeah.
And you don't care about anyone knowing. You just know it's a proper timepiece.
But if somebody knows, they know.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's how they it's like one of those peeps. Like you see them and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
It's like you made a statement without even opening your mouth.
Yeah.
Right.
And I like that idea.
There's some confidence.
Give me a
I
starter.
seen. Didn't Jay-Z was on the Nets? He was sitting on the game. He had like a $6 million watch on.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And they were showing it. Like, they just noticed it. They took a picture. It was like $6 million for the watch. Yeah, it's insane. Insane.
And it's only if you know.
Yeah.
If you don't know,
I didn't know.
If you don't know, it just looks like a watch.
Yeah.
You just like, it's a watch. It's no big deal. All those diamonds don't mean anything.
That's Jay-Z. You know it's something big.
that movement.
They show says, show us the watch.
Still a good one.
His wife's like, show us the watch.
So you can see
He's not. He doesn't like this one.
He doesn't like that one though.
All right, let's move on to tattoos.
Boom.
Now we're like all over the place today,
We are.
but it's okay. Tattoos. I don't have any tattoos. Let's start off with that. I'm a good Muslim brother. I have no tattoos. I just want to tell you to everybody.
He has a turtleneck on.
I got no tattoos. But so let's start off with you. You got a lot of tattoos.
I don't have a lot of tattoos. I have one. King.
Do you have a neck tattoo?
No.
Oh, you don't have a neck tattoo?
No neck tattoo. But my
Neck
wife was like, you should get a neck tattoo.
You should
I'm
get
like,
one right
no.
up there in your neck. That would be
No
dope.
way. No way.
Going to your little meetings with the people with your neck tattoo.
Big camera on my neck.
What would you got? So you got on your left arm you got
King Tut.
King Tut. Yep.
Got Eye of Horus.
Yep. Okay, some Egyptian.
Yep. I got my mom's signature.
Nice.
Right.
Love your mom.
With a heart. My mom's signature says certified, self-made. Can't read self-made. It's one of my mistakes, but we'll fix that sooner or later.
Can't read it.
Certified, self-made. That's when
On your hand.
Yes.
That's a bold move
You know
on your hand.
Because that means.
That's like being on your neck.
Yeah. It's like you better make it.
Oh yeah.
You better make it.
Yeah, yeah.
No. This is like you should.
I
make
remember
it.
when you
This-
got that
yes,
tattoo,
you better make
and
it.
I was like, oh no,
Better make it.
He's taking a risk.
Better make it.
All right.
Then the other side, I got the African King.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I am the Eddie King. Got the Eddie King. Know thyself. A lot of.
Yes, yes.
So like. and then I
So
have my
all of
name
your
up there.
tattoos are on your forearm.
Right
and,
here.
and further, nothing else.
Like
Nothing
right
else?
here. My name.
Oh, you got
Zoe.
your name. Okay.
That's it. That's all tattoos.
Okay.
That's it.
John, what you
You
got?
got, John? What you got, John?
Real basic. You know, I got to shout out to my family, and I'm an Aquarius, and I'm an air sign. So air sign and my signature greedy logo on my shoulder.
Okay. Okay.
You know.
And Berthal C, you got a lot going on you. What you got?
Never feel.
What you got?
That's it. You got a few. That's
Oh,
it.
we can see half of
Yeah.
them. What
So
you got?
this one just represented my first son, his protector.
Yeah.
This one is when I was fighting, so it's like more of a centering thing.
Yeah.
This is just a symbol for my wife and I. We went to Canada, so like we like doing things when we go to different places.
Get a little tap when you're a kid.
Yeah, you know, exactly. This was just a representative of me in leaving corporate world and the fighter being juxtaposed against the businessman. So again, this is me pretty much, and you know who I am, and a few other things around.
Got the ring tattoo?
Yeah, that's
Just get it. So yeah, I like the ring tattoo.
I'm about to get that. That's what I'm
You
about
gonna
to
get that?
Because I keep mine. I get
You lose your
rash,
ring?
and I got a rash on my.
See, I'm not a jewel guy like
Get a
that.
platinum.
Timepiece is
I
what
was
it
getting a
is.
rash all the time.
Yeah. And I have no tattoos. So let's move on.
I mean,
Let me. So why are tattoos? Why did you decide to get tattoos? What made you to get a tattoo? Was it like a challenge or what?
I love art, man, and so like this is my canvas, and before I die, I will be the one that's.
You gonna get a neck tattoo?
Well, I don't know about neck, but I'll be covered up very much.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
So do you have tattoos other than your arms? Or you got something on your chest? Okay.
How many tattoos total?
Yeah. How many? You have?
6 maybe.
Six. I'll say one,
Let
two.
me see. 1, 2.
So one on your
3,
chest.
4,
I need some more.
Just one side.
6, 7. I got 7. He's got more than 6. If I got 7,
He said he has 6.
I have 7.
You got 7.
I got 3.
You got 3.
I think I'm more.
I probably got like
33.
1, 2, 3, 4.
See how the truth just came out real quick?
I got the more.
So it doesn't matter. All right. But okay, you like art. That's why you did yours. Why did you get your tattoo?
Same along the lines, like I wanted to tell a story. Not
Yeah.
past, you could tell a story of like
Yeah.
he was into this, he was into that, he liked basketball, he liked this, he liked that, he loves his mom.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
all, yeah.
It does give a nice little message.
Yeah.
John, what about you?
Man, jealous. My cousin's we from Florida, and my cousin was like 13, and he had tattoos already.
What?
So by the time I was
His life was
19, I was
he
like,
was on a
I want
path.
a tattoo
He had
now.
thug life on his
Yeah,
chest.
straight thug life.
Yeah.
You know how it is in Orlando,
Yeah.
Florida.
Yeah.
They're a little different. But yeah, like 19, I got my first tattoo, and I need some more. I got some ideas, because everything I'm going to do on me is going to be original.
Okay.
Original thought, me draw it out,
Yeah.
and have them redraw it, and you know how it is.
I love it. I love it. If I were to get a tattoo, I would be like you said, it would have to be connected to something that I believed in. It wouldn't just be something
Like the
random.
company, like my people.
Like
right?
my people. It would be something like that. I would get something maybe like with my wife's name.
Yeah, maybe on his back, maybe.
I might, all those types of things. And I think I would do it. it's kind of like, I think part of it though is kind of like what you just said, is like you see everybody with the tats and it looks good on them, and so you just are like, yo, I would like to be a part of that.
Yes.
And it's like also like one of those things where, especially for someone like myself, who like most of the time I'm kind of like covered up, like, and so when you might see me without a shirt on, it's like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. I thought this guy was a nerd.
This guy in a gang?
Yeah, he's a gang member. I never knew it. No, I'm not a gang.
He's got a bike outside.
You know, this
Would
is
you
one
ever
of the
get a
things I
head
like
tattoo?
about that.
Would I get a neck tattoo?
No, a head.
Head tattoo?
No.
No.
No, I would never get a tattoo that people could see. Never.
Keep a mystique.
Yeah. I like the idea of if you were to see a tattoo that I had, it would be under a certain circumstance that you would see it. Under most circumstances, you would just be like, yeah, he's just a straight up good old guy.
So the beach.
You maybe not even at the beach. You might not
At
see
a pool
him.
party, you see him at a pool
Yeah,
party.
if you happen to see it at a pool party, it's my 50th birthday, and I'm like, yeah, baby, 50th birthday.
Word.
It's the only time.
But
What do you say?
I do like the whole tattoo thing, though, the transformation, because it's been a decade, right? Before then,
Yeah.
tattooing was just a taboo
Oh, yeah.
thing.
Right.
Like, you have a tattoo, you're walking down the street, and you're walking the other side.
Yeah.
Right.
Right? And now everyone having
Everybody
nurses,
has a
lawyers, doctors,
Yeah.
you know, so like, again, I love that they shed that, you know, that whole taboo of tattoos.
That's what I'm
The
saying.
tattoo
At
tattoo is
13,
amazing.
well, my cousin at 13 getting a
was a
tattoo,
rebel.
and this is like in the 90s.
Was
So
this
now-
tattoo from a shop, or was it from somebody doing it at a house? Because when you're 13, you can't go get one at the shop. So he had one of them like real
tattoo.
gangster. Yeah, that's a
May not
tough
survive
tattoo.
the summer tattoo. Like,
Yo, those tattoos are no joke
No.
when they're doing it at the crib.
So funny, so when I seen it, I came back home, so I go and get my little, I'm trying to brand myself now. I'm like, let me get me a little iron.
You were making a tattoo. You were
I
trying
still
to.
got,
brand
I still
is
got
that.
the little brand on my
Oh,
arm,
my
like little thing. I
goodness.
can see it like, damn, I remember when.
Oh my goodness, yo,
That's horrible.
the
Yeah,
influence.
crazy. Yeah, influence.
But I think the more, like to your point, the more people have normalized it.
Yeah.
Nowadays,
Yeah.
most people, if you see them, they do have at least one tattoo.
Yeah.
Cause like, how do you work with the neck tattoo, with the hand tattoos, and you got to go into work?
Well, so I think that when you have the neck tattoo or even the hand tattoo, you're saying that you're an entrepreneur.
Right.
Yeah, yes, I
Okay.
think so too.
If you're still
Yeah,
trying to go
yes,
in the
word.
corporate world,
It's it's hard.
you know, unless now I have seen like a teacher with a lot of tattoos, and it's like that random teacher.
Yeah,
He's like
yeah.
the cool
Yes,
teacher.
yes.
He's like, you know, but it's like most people that are like in corporate America, they may have tattoos, but it's hidden.
Covered.
Yeah.
But when you're out in the world, like to me, the neck tattoo is just basically saying that, yo,
Yo, I
I'm
mean,
gonna make
yes.
money on my own somewhere.
Yes.
Whatever I'm
I
doing,
never want a job.
I don't need to work for
Yes.
anybody.
Yeah.
And so, but I think that in the future, even the neck tattoo will be
Okay,
fine.
yeah.
I think that's where we're
Yeah.
going.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And so, and I think all of us at this table are a certain age. John, I mean, you're probably the youngest.
John older than me.
He's older than you?
He's older than me.
Oh, so damn.
I'm the youngest.
He's
too.
probably the youngest.
Damn.
Yeah, because he's still in his 30s.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, no. He's in his 40s.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I
we're
can
all
tell.
of a certain age.
We're all the same
I was,
age.
I was making you
I-
young.
yeah, I
I was
can
like,
tell.
he's the youngest
His wife
real
would be
estate
like, what?
investor. He's
what?
the youngest investor, the business owner in
30 under 30, 30 under 30.
3 years, 10 years in a row, he's been on 30 for 30.
You're gonna get a lot of calls for that.
Yo, so, all right, let's move on. This is a good one.
What we got?
Proposals. We're jumping into this. This is manhood tree stuff. Now, this is one of the things I wanted to say. Everything we're talking about on this show, I want you to remember that we want to relate it back to manhood. So let's take a step back. Even for tattoos, is there a manhood piece, fatherhood piece, brotherhood piece to tattoos? Is there something that associates with that, with getting your tattoo or having a tattoo that you wanna throw out there?
I would tell him, like I was saying, just make sure it means something.
Yep.
So if it means like, like I was telling most people.
Has your son talked about getting a tattoo yet?
He has.
Okay.
And it was something I can't remember. It was something ridiculous though. I'm like, no, you're not doing that.
Right.
My son's totally. That's when we had a conversation. Like, this right here. See this? This is your grandmother's name. She signed a piece of paper, and then I had them. That's my mom's name. That's my mom. That's your grandmother.
Right.
The first one I did was my name. It says Zoe in the basketball. That's what I did. I played basketball. So it's like these things that it's me.
Yeah.
It's not a dragon with a cigar in his mouth just because it looks cool. You know what I mean?
Right.
So in that way, I was able to tell him if maybe if he didn't have me around, maybe he would get the dragon with the. But Dad's here, like, yo, he ain't doing that.
Yeah.
This wouldn't mean something to you. So what do you? So now he's like, all right, let me think, Dad. All right, cool. Now you go think about it. Now now he's putting some thought into it.
Yeah.
So it's not like all of a sudden thing. Some thought like, hey, I want to use this. All right, let's put these pictures together.
Yeah.
Maybe this one. Now let's find a good tattoo artist that's really good. He's going to use the numbing cream.
Right.
He's going to do all these things. So it is kind of a way we could father-son thing, like teach them how to shoot.
Yeah.
I'm teaching you how to make a right decision when something's on your body is going to be there forever.
Right. Having a discussion about it before you just go out and do it.
Right. And maybe and that teaches him going forward. Maybe I don't have to jump out the window on everything. I can ask my dad. Or I can ask someone else. 'Cause
Right.
maybe my first thought isn't the right thought.
Yeah.
But if you don't have a father, like I just have my mom. I would just do things.
Right.
And I was having to not do the wrong things a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's a great point. Anybody want to add anything to that?
I would just go as far as saying, just be careful where you're putting it.
Yeah.
And depending on your age, I mean, not all of us are going to go out and have our own. And
Right.
not even me, like I was in corporate role for 19 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so for me, I worked at this place, don't want to call any names, and no one knew that I had tats because I wear a suit and tie every day.
Right.
So it was like the company picnic, and I had a T-shirt on, and like, oh, and
Yeah.
I was there for a very long time.
Right.
Right. So again, granted, things have changed. I mean,
Yep.
we just mentioned that. But I would say just be careful where you're putting it because you still need a job. You still need to go into wherever that is, right? And report,
Right.
right? So just be careful where you're putting it.
Right.
When you feel as if like you don't need that, then put it wherever you want to put it.
Right. There's this conversation about professionalism, right? There's professionalism. So,
Yeah.
and it's just based on where you might have to go will determine how you can present yourself.
100%.
So, all right, let's move on. So, the next topic. So, put it up on the screen. You know, I made these lower thirds. This is going to be a great one.
What's up? What's up?
Proposal.
Bam.
This is proposals.
Wedding proposals. What's up?
All right, who
Takes a
wants to
little time.
start?
John should start.
John, how
Did I?
how did you propose to your wife?
The traditional way.
What's that?
Got on one knee. And I begged the baby, please.
I don't think John's telling us the truth.
I don't either.
No, I'm not married, but I've been thinking about how to. She's giving me keys on, people she want there, and
Okay.
at this time it's more so like, is it feasible? Is everybody in accordance? Is everybody, all on the same page? And I think for me it'd probably just be take her on a plane and just, hey, I did something, and boom, come back with it.
So how long have you been together?
We've been together like 13 years, man. We've been together a while.
Let me ask you this, and if this is too personal, you just say, Abdul, mind your own business.
All right.
All right. Were your parents married?
My parents are married.
So what? So usually that is like you grow up with parents married. So what's holding you up? 13 years is a long time. This is just now we're gonna.
What's holding you up,
that's,
son?
That's a little personal.
That's what we came on the show for. Now we here.
No, now we got you.
No,
Like,
we
let's
got
go.
you.
13 years.
You
That's a
know
long
what? I
time.
sit here ask myself like,
Yeah.
you know what? Finances.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe I'm still trying to heal of thinking maybe I'm not good enough. Why
Wow.
is she still with me?
Right.
You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? I'm going through all these ups and downs and shit like
Yeah,
that. So it's about time.
Yeah.
And now I'm in a space where, you know what? Let me not bite the bullet, but you know
Right. That's how we say it.
Yeah.
Bite the
Bite the
bullet.
Let me bite the
Yo, I appreciate what you said though, because a lot of times I think that men think that everything has to be perfect in order to take that next step. And what I learned in my life is that actually the perfection comes when you actually take the step. Like it's like things, things with a woman. I feel like a lot of times women hold back pieces of themselves until they have the full security of being married. And so it's kind of like, while we're like trying to make everything perfect, they're not able to give you their full selves and actually help you get to where you're trying to get to, because you haven't made that commitment to them. I feel like that like for me, I've been married 20 years, and I feel like one of the greatest choices I made was just saying like, okay, right now, like when 20 years ago, before I got married, I lived right down the street on Gillette. That's why I bought this building, because I lived on Gillette. And so it was like, I lived on Gillette for 5 years. It wasn't like I was just there for a year or something. This was like where I lived. And so it's kind of like and then it was like when I got engaged, my whole life like kind of like took off. It was like things started happening that it's like, now I could get a better apartment. Then it's like we went from an apartment, then we got a house, then we got a better house. And so it's like, if I would have waited, we might still be on Gillette. Maybe not on Gillette, but like still at a lower level than we would be by not making that move.
And that's probably where I'm at right now. Yeah. You're still kind of stuck because I didn't say, you know what, let me have that leap of faith and say, I want to ride it out.
Right.
But I want to be committed, but I guess not with the ring and personal stuff probably.
Right. No, I appreciate you sharing that. Yep.
Oh, no. I got married, honestly, because I didn't want my son to be born when him and his parents weren't married.
Wow,
Because my father wasn't around.
Right.
We talk about it in the car.
Yeah.
And I joke with my wife all the time. My son's 17.
Yeah. Wow.
I say, hey, he's 18.
Yeah.
I could leave.
Whoa.
That's what I was. No, I was like, I'm gonna be around. I want to be around for 18 years. Because that's normally no child support. Now I'm good.
Right.
So I was like, I'm out of here at 18 years. But my whole thing was when she was pregnant, I was like, I want to get married. She's like, all right, let's get married. I was like, so we got married Valentine's Day.
Wow.
I just had her around. I was like, let's get married today.
So she was already, she was pregnant.
She was pregnant.
How many months?
February 14th. Zoe was born April 2nd.
Wow, she was really pregnant.
She was pregnant.
So that's deep too, though. Like when you think about it, because once again, it wasn't perfect. It wasn't perfect.
Oh, no.
Right. She wasn't able to get the perfect dress.
No.
You probably didn't even have the perfect wedding that you might have wanted.
We're talking about again at that time.
Yep.
I wasn't working. I was going to the track house.
Yep.
Trying to do this.
Yes.
She worked.
Right.
I was to this day I tell her all the time I had nothing.
Yep.
And she paid for everything.
Right.
But now it's all reversed now, but back then she paid for everything.
Right.
So I was like, she loved me. She gotta love me with the right? So let's marry. I got you. I'll be with you. I'll try my best.
Yeah.
It was never. Of course, it was bad.
Yeah.
But I didn't want my son. I wanted him to have me the whole time.
Yeah. That's powerful.
In the house the whole time, no matter what.
Yeah.
And that's why I initially got married, because my parents weren't married. My parents weren't together.
Right.
Marriage is not like doesn't happen a lot in my family. So I have nothing like to look towards. I had the Huxtables. I don't have nothing.
Right.
So I was like, I'm just going to do it. And I also thought that would secure that we'd be together, because it's harder to break up when you're married.
That's right.
If we're not together, you can just go somewhere and we just be separated.
It's over.
But if we married, we got to get together to separate. So it takes some things.
Yeah.
So I figured that would lock me in. And and I was figuring, if I'm not ready, I'm locked in. I gotta
do it. So how did you actually do it? You just say, yeah, you want to get married? And you just like, how? That was it?
I got a ring.
Yeah.
It was in the house. I asked her. She was like, yeah. She said when? I said, this afternoon.
Wow.
Called the justice of the peace. They came through, gave me $50.
Yeah.
Boom. I told my mom that I was gonna get married. She said, oh. Then I said, I don't want nobody. She showed up anyway, so she came to the house.
Wow.
That afternoon, it was done. It was over. The way me and my wife when it was done.
What'd you wear? Y'all get?
Oh no. Yo. Tell you the truth, because I had a picture. No.
I want to see the picture. Pull up the picture.
I'll show you the picture. I had to put a blazer on upstairs.
Yeah.
Had a little blazer on. Set it. Yeah. After it was done, kisses.
I know you.
Went upstairs, watched TV.
You got video of that, right?
No, I have pictures of it.
You got
no video.
Any video?
No video. I've really had video of myself, if anything.
That's like that's like a very powerful story.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's. Think about it.
I
Like
mean, you just said
you
it.
weren't playing around. Like you weren't like
just
we're
get it.
gonna wait 6 months and not. It was like we're
I
gonna
was
do this
scared.
today.
Today.
I was also scared though.
Yeah, I
Because
bet.
I was scared like we have a baby.
Yep.
So if I marry you, we're in this together.
Yeah.
Like if I don't marry you,
I love it.
like
Yeah,
I
that's
could be over here, you could be over there, you have the kid. Like nothing really binds us but the kid. But people never be from married. Yeah, we gotta be
Gotta
together.
stay
I
together.
love it.
So I was scared, so I figured we're gonna do it together.
Yeah. Y'all
kinda-
posted "Let's get married" on the.
I saw that. She got
she's
single.
like-
she got
she
single
thinks
ladies
she's-
up there too.
Yeah, she thinks she's funny. All right, Berthal, can you top it? I mean, what did you do?
Yeah, I mean, we were staying at a condo that we own around the corner from here.
Yeah.
Willard Street, actually. And I just knew I wanted to marry one. You know, so I went and I got like, I'm a young cat, you know, like she's at school. And got home and I just got a whole bunch of candles. I almost burned the place down.
Wow, nice.
How long had you been together before you?
We were together for a year, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, under a year, 8 months.
Yeah,
8 months.
Yeah.
How long was yours?
I was with him for 6 years.
6 years, 8 months,
Yeah.
and then you burned down the house.
Just about
So you had the sweet candle set up.
everywhere.
Was it like a heart or something like
Just a
that?
circle.
Sorry.
She loved it though, but she loved
She
it.
came in from school.
Yeah, she walked in the middle of the circle. You know, I have my whole thing and
Shed a
my
tear.
speech, and
Cut it-
yeah, I was nervous. I was nervous, man. But
Wait.
you know, I just knew that's what I wanted to do. You know,
Yo,
and
it's powerful.
You have kids now? How many
I have
kids?
4 kids.
4. Wow, bless.
4
Yeah.
kids.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, 4 kids.
Beautiful
So how did you guys?
All right.
How was it?
We got engaged at the airport. I was going to go pick
Oh, I
up
remember
Dave.
this. I remember
I was
this.
going to go pick up my boy Dave, and I don't know why I did it at the airport. I don't even know why I did it that day, but I was nervous as well, and I had written my wife a song.
Nice.
So like this is when I was like heavily in my creativity mode. So I used to do poetry
He's an
all the
artist.
time.
Yep.
Yeah, I was like big on stuff. So I came up with this little song, and I sang her the song, and she was just at the end of the song. It was like, you know, I was saying that I choose her to be my wife, and then it was like, will you marry me? And then I gave it that I had the ring, and I was standing there, and I was like, and I have it on video. I was like looking like this, like, will you marry me? My eyes are like looking all crazy and
Dark
shit.
nights.
And then she was like, yeah, she started crying, and I was like, whew. And then
Got out the way.
it was like, and we had dated for like 2 years, and like I said, it was like at that time, if you think about like where you are in life, at that time, I lived on Gillette, and I worked at the Village, and I just basically, I was just like a regular social worker,
Right.
like just somebody that's just, you know, my father was the senior vice president at the Village, and I was just his son.
Yeah.
That's it. And so nobody knew like of me other than being my father's son. And so, but when I got married, it's like all the stuff like dream chasing, everything I wanted to do started like happening. It'd be like before it would just be like an idea, and once I got married, it was like everything I tried to do always like click. It'd be like And like I was just telling some kids that like these kids kept saying it today. They were talking about their dream was to be financially stable. Like 5 kids said that today, and I was trying to make them understand like in life, sometimes it's like you just gotta take the shot, and something might happen. You never know. It's just like, but if you never take the shot, if you just
Never know.
play it safe all the time, nothing happens. You're getting inspired. Go ahead, tell us something.
No, I second that, and I do believe, like, I'm not going to be biblical, but I do believe finding a wife is a great thing.
It's a great thing.
No one wants to be alone in 70.
Fact.
No one wants to be alone. It's not me at all.
But
either.
it is, and I can even relate. There's a lot of things like I was always destined for great things, regardless, right?
Right.
But my wife helped me to be focused, right, and helped me to start maneuvering differently, you know, and start having certain things that I deem more important to me. You know what I mean? Living a different life rather than just I'm gonna go out and do this or minimal sleep or whatever it is, or you know, whatever I may feel like I needed to do. You know, there was always like,
you felt like you were always destined for great things? You felt like that before?
100%. I mean, come on, man. I'm coming from Jamaica with no shoes, brother.
That's deep. I don't know if I always felt like that.
I've always thought.
You've always thought you were gonna.
I thought I'd be good at something.
Yeah.
Always. I thought it wasn't what I thought it was at first, but I thought it would be something.
I don't know if I'm.
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
I remember when I first like was trying to like go out and do like motivational speaking and create certain stuff, and I realized that I had no experience. Like I had never gone anywhere. I had never talked to an audience. So I'm up here trying to motivate somebody, but I couldn't even tell them a story because I had never experienced anything. And so it's like I'm standing there and I'm like, you guys should go and do it, man. And I'm thinking like, I haven't even done it. And so I wasn't like 100% sure that I was gonna make anything. But then I got to the point where it was like, even if I'm not gonna make it, I'm gonna try to do something. Like I'm gonna start carrying myself a certain way. Like my whole thing with wearing like a suit. Or, I just said I'm gonna wear a suit because if you're wearing a suit, people gonna think that you're about something. Like they're gonna be like, this is about the business, man. Every time I see this dude, he got on a
Standing
suit.
on business.
That dude is serious. This is Saturday morning. He got on a suit. He doing it. And so it was like that was like my mindset. Okay, I'm gonna put on these suits, and then I'm gonna start talking a certain way. And so I feel like opportunities would just open up. And I think part of that was like one of the things about my wife is that there are things that she does, like especially for like our business, that I don't even think about. Like I'm not like like numbers, all that. I don't think about stuff like that. I feel like my job is to sell. I sell whatever we do. I talk to the people. I make people get excited, and then after that it's like, all right, come on in. The rest of the troops come in and let's make it all happen. And so it's like even when you think about like all the people you got to surround yourself with. Being in business, you got to have like a certain right people around you to make the business, make the wheel turn, to make the whole thing go. Because if not, I probably would have been out of business, and then I would have probably been out of my relationship because you want to have like experiences and things that you can kind of like grow together. And so like I feel like me and my wife, we're together like 90% of the time. 90% of the time we're together. So we gotta really like each other. Like early in the business, I used to be like, yo, go home. Like I got it. You don't need you're just doing the billing. Do the billing from home. Cause I wanna be with the people, But over the years, like now, she's the boss, really. Everybody thinks I'm the boss. This is me. This is brownie point time. My wife's the boss. She does everything. She's good. She's smart. She's a doctor. Now I'm just chilling. But it's like she's been able to grow up in our business to the point where she's like able to do everything that we need. Like literally everything that we need to do, she can do. I can't even do everything at the business because I don't know how to do payroll. I don't know how to hire somebody. I don't know how to do none of that stuff. So it's like she's the real MVP.
So you go back and say like, in every relationship, give and take, so, 50, 70, 30.
No 50-50.
I think there are times when there's 50-50.
Nope.
There are times.
It's 100. See, people, they like to say that 50-50 thing. I'm going to get 50, but you always got to give 100% of yourself.
So when I say 50-50, it's like this, right?
Yeah.
So I may get up, like this morning, I got up pretty early, 5 o'clock this morning, and I had to go all over the place. I had to go over the place, right?
Yeah.
Drained, come home drained.
Yeah.
My wife, no. My wife, he's at 20.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna meet him at 80. So, love, you got that thing today. Okay, I'm gonna have that wine chill for you. Okay, do you need, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right.
So now,
She's picking up the slack.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now, the next day, she does a lot of stuff for the soccer club in West Hartford. So she's doing whatever she's doing, and I know like, the parents messing with you, so now I got you. I make dinner. Better yet, not even gonna make dinner. I'm lying. I'm gonna order.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So again, so like yes,
Right.
yes. So that's
your thing.
that's
yeah.
it.
I agree with you, but at the same time, I feel like one of the things that's important in relationships is that we bring our full selves. I know that sometimes our energy is low, but we still have to be 100% whoever we are. and so we can't change that.
Fair enough.
And so I think that the load, sometimes you're gonna take more of the load, she's gonna take more of the load. But I think that as it pertains to yourself, who you are, nobody needs 20% of you. They want 100% of who you are.
That's right.
And so like even the idea to be able to say that I can lean on you, honey, for this time because my load was heavy today and I'm allowing you to help. That's still you being 100% true to yourself in that moment.
Fair.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it. But I mean, we could disagree with that.
I think you need to have self-awareness
Yep.
for your spouse. Like that's basically like
Yeah.
my wife knows when I'm tired. I'll have food ready. Like she does all that.
Yeah.
Like you were saying. Like you would too. Like we were talking earlier. I was like, I buy flowers all the time.
Yeah.
Creating that perfect balance.
Because I know what she
Yeah.
likes, so I'll get it. Because I understand that she was tired today. I know she did a bunch of stuff, so I'll bring home some food. I'll do all those things because I know. Because I'm self-aware. I'm not so wrapped up in myself that I'm not paying attention to what's going on in her life.
Right.
So if you can do that, I think that makes everything great as well.
It
Because
does.
you care about her.
It's
right?
an ongoing thing. So it's not like you did your proposal,
Right,
you got
right.
married, and then it's like we're
So,
good.
right, right.
No, it's like we gotta keep this fire going.
It's
You gotta
work.
keep it's work.
Work.
Yeah.
That's
That's
what I tell my girl all the time. Is like it's good that you work with your job, but once you done with the job, you gotta come and work here too. Yeah, we all got the time where we come to decompress from the job, but the kids don't stop
Right.
asking. I want this and I need this and I gotta pick up.
Yeah.
So creating that perfect balance is good.
Yeah.
It's awesome. All right, let's move on to I think this is our last topic of the day. This is a great one.
Is it this one? Let's go to the. I don't know.
Final topic of the day. No, it's actually you got one more after this.
It's this one right here.
Does it say becoming the man you want to be?
That's the one it says.
Bingo. All right, who wants to start with that? So this is like one of those journey questions. I feel like this is a journey question. Like where are you on the journey of becoming the man you would like to be?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Where'd you get this from?
Would I come up with this?
I think we spoke about something.
I was like,
Because we spoke about something.
I pulled it out of the sky.
It sounds like one of my I'm about to look at that. It's one of my Good Morning Slackers things.
Oh, did you think I got it from you? Maybe I might have.
yeah. I think it's one of my.
Did you say something about becoming a man?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, read it to me. Let me hear what you said.
No, I just said something to the fact that I'm becoming the person I used to look up to.
Okay, nice.
Like actively. Like,
Yeah.
I used to look for people like me,
Right.
but I could never find anybody like me. So now, remember, that's when we made those shirts. Remember the shirt? I made the shirts that said, I help kids.
Ask me how.
Yeah, remember
Yeah,
a bunch of those
those
shirts
are
in the
good
summer?
shirts. Yeah,
So we have some shirts like, I help youth. Ask me how.
All right.
Because I always wanted somebody just to ask me how
Yeah.
to do something, or I want to be able to ask a person how to do this.
I told some kids today to Google me. I was like, you
That's-
don't know
that's
who's
the
in
flex.
this room with you right now. Google me then.
That's the flex you tell the kids.
Google me. Then when I left, I was like, I don't know what the hell Google's saying about me these days. So, anyways,
Yeah, that's me.
so you are the man that you've been looking for, that you wanted
I'm
to
becoming, still going,
be. Still working on it.
but yes.
So what are some of the attributes of this man?
Someone that has a plan,
Yep.
right? Understands hard work and the result.
Yeah.
Understand that. Understand process, people. Understand that process, people, products, all that stuff.
The 3 Ps.
Right? Understand my self-awareness. These are all things I would want my son. Like if he looked for someone like a mentor, right? So if they spoke to him, I want the mentor to speaking to him about being self-aware of yourself and your surroundings, like knowing when to speak, when not to speak, when to ask questions,
Right.
Knowing where to look for resources.
Yeah.
And if you can't find a resource, you should know a person that's adjacent to me that could possibly have those resources,
Yep.
and use those resources, like using the things around you,
Right.
like using your community, like speaking, like being community, like speaking to people. Don't be closed off, like
Right,
you know what I
right,
mean?
yep.
Things like that. So that's what I would tell youth. I tell them now, like, yo, just do everything. You're young. People are gonna believe in you.
Yeah.
The older you get, the less they believe in you.
Right.
Right. So you're in school, you're in college, you're studying. Use all the resources you possibly can. Like fail
Right.
as much as possible.
I
Fail.
totally
Things like that. So I just wanted to tell you, don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to ask people questions.
Yep.
Right? Because the most kids they go into careers because they see a phlebotomist makes $100,000. They don't even know what that is.
Right.
They're gonna go into it and realize they get queasy when they see blood. Now, what you gonna do now?
So
it's like,
4 years.
and then because they're looking at the money part of it.
Right.
Find the passion. Whatever you're passionate about, and if it's not an industry, if you're passionate about it, you can make that an industry.
Right.
Because you're so passionate about it. You're the best person that make these
You're
phone
one.
microphones, whatever it may be. But find a passion, and just go. If you do that, you'll be successful at, in my opinion, anything in the world. If you just find a passion for that, and because that's what every day I do the same. I got a routine every single day.
Yep.
And it works out.
Yeah.
It's not magic. That could happen to anything. Basketball players, they work out every day.
Yep.
Football players, they become the best of whatever.
Right.
Right? Deschelle does things.
Yeah.
I'm sure she reads and researches. She's a doctor. A lot of things, like all this knowledge she's gained because she's done all this schooling, it's not by accident.
No.
So all the things that come to her is a reason.
It's a reason.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Find the passion.
Yep.
You find people to help you in that passion.
Right.
And you just relentlessly chase the passion.
Never stop dreaming. Is that what you're saying?
That's it.
Thank you. All right. Berthal.
I would say this, I'm forever evolving.
Yeah.
But a message to my son would be to live, learn, grow, and teach. That's where I am in my life.
Okay.
And if you notice, because we all, every day, we have to live, right?
Yeah.
But it's how you live.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't have to have $100 million to live.
Right.
Having a certain mindset, that's important. And learning a certain mindset will always help you in life, right? Being disciplined, blah, 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 the fundamentals of being successful, blah, blah, blah. We can go talk all about that. But just having a certain mindset to make you get into the place where you want to be, to be happy with that. So
Okay.
again, live,
learn, grow,
and teach.
John, what you got?
Man, I'm still learning and growing, and am I becoming the man I want to be? Yeah, I think that'll be something that will be said about me on my deathbed.
Okay.
Who was he, and what was his story? But right now, it's the journey.
Yep.
Learning the journey, processing the journey, and just trying to get my finances under wraps. Because like I said earlier, it wasn't always a time when you have confidence. Confidence isn't something that you like born with. You gotta like grow it.
Yeah.
And if you always self-doubt and if you're self-doubting yourself growing up, it takes a lot to rewire yourself to think positive of yourself.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at right now. Thanking myself and trying to forgive myself for all these little bad things.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way I could do that is to, thank myself and to grow and to appreciate the time where I'm at right now.
I love it.
And to grow.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I just turned 50.
Mm.
And I'll be honest with you, I feel like it's an actual milestone.
Oh.
I actually feel like
You're half a hundred.
No, yeah, but I actually feel like I became a different kind of man when I turned 50. Like, I mean, up until 50, I was like, I'm on my journey, my manhood journey. But as a 50-year-old man, I now feel like
A stamp. You gotta.
it's like you young bucks need to listen to me. Look at my beard.
Man.
I want you guys
I
to
live.
look at my beard, you young bucks. I have to tell you something. I know something. You don't have a beard. Grow a beard, young man. When you turn 50, you'll get a beard. You all get beards when you're 50. No, but I feel more like I feel like I'm on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
And I also have a consciousness that there's less time in front of me than behind me. It's like, it's not likely, just being all true, that I'm going to live another 50 years. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like looking at man, can I get 25 out? Can I get 30 out? And with that time, do I want to be like old, weak man, or am I going to be a man that's like still just, hey, that dude's like my mom. I see my mom every day. My mom comes in, she's happy, she's just moving. Like today, my mother had on a polka dot jacket. And I was like, let me put that jacket on, Mom. So I took her jacket, put it on for a second. But it's like, she's happy, she goes somewhere every day, she's making things happen. And so, like, that's how I would like to be. So I feel like it's funny because, you know, as men, we're always trying to go up. Like, we're trying to accomplish new things. And I recognize that I don't feel like I'm there yet where it's like I need to level out. But I can see it. I can see, like, there's a point where, like, I'm kind of excited to say, like, my son, he's going to go to college next year, you know, year after next. Mm-hmm. And my hope is that he's going to come back from college 4 years later and be able to say, like, oh, Dad, what do you need me to do at the business? Where's my role? Because I think now about, like, legacy, the words like legacy. Like, how are we going to maintain this business? How are we going to maintain what we do beyond my lifetime? Mm-hmm. How do we keep something going? How do I set the foundation strong enough so that he can step in, you know, maybe not in 4 years, but maybe it's 10 years. 10 years from now when he's like 26, he's ready to say, oh, I got it, Dad, don't worry. I got my degree. I got my master's degree. I'm working on my doctorate degree. And I have the knowledge to be able to move us forward. And he has his own ideas. And I'm able to say, hey, new ideas that aren't mine, I could take that. I like that, son. Let's do that. And so I feel like, you know, a lot of times I think a lot about not a comparison of me towards my father. You know, like, I felt like my father was a great role model in the sense of being able to, like, I feel like I could steal everything from my father. To me, that's the number one thing that a father does for a son. An involved father allows for you to be able to steal his whole game, the whole thing. Like, I stole the beard. I stole, like, sometimes I talk like my father. Like, I've heard him say something, I'll say the stuff exactly like he said it. And so it's like, that cheat code allows for you to move in the world in a different way. So what I want to do is be the cheat code for my son, where he's able to look at me and say, okay, I'm going to steal that, I'm going to steal that, I'm going to steal that. And I'm going to be able to move forward in my life because of what he's laid out for me. And so that's the kind of man. And then even bigger, other than just my son, I feel like I have a responsibility in our community, like here in Hartford, to be like a man that people say, well, that right there, that's a good man. That's the kind of man that, you know, in our community, we could look at him and say, good guy, family man. Check all the boxes on the things that, you know, when they say, well, Hartford doesn't have this. They're like, no, that's a lie. There goes Abdul-Rahmaan and bin Muhammad right there. And there's other men that he associates with that also. And so don't lie about us. Don't say that we're not good. So I feel like that's the other piece is I want to be there for my kids, but I also feel responsible for my people, for the people in our community, and being the type of man that people can depend on, that people can turn to, that people can get advice from, or whatever I can offer. I feel responsible for that. So
can I ask you, was your dad like that?
Yeah, very much so.
So you walking in his footsteps.
My father was a man where, like me, I'm like a local kind of guy. My father was a national kind of guy. He went in rooms and everybody knew who he was. He was a head turning type of guy. He was like me. I don't really like to get involved in like organizations, like big organizations. He was involved in all of them, and so, and I understand the power of that, you know, because it's all about reach, right? My reach is, I can reach all over Hartford. Right. Maybe even, in, you might say, over Connecticut in some ways. But I think that, but I'm still young. I'm only 50. Right. So my father, when I was looking at my father, he was 60, 70 years old. And so I still have time to expand my reach and grow into those other roles. And that's my plan. That's like what I'm working towards every single day. So.
I feel that when you're a good father and you have sons or daughters, you lay that good foundation for them to either want to be like you or have that space to say, hey, Dad, I want to do something different, and they get that full support.
Yes.
So I think having dads is great. Always
just having them in, like
Mentors too.
Yeah.
It's like Melissa will say, like I'm at home, she can hear Zoe and they're talking to his friends,
Yeah.
saying things that we say.
Yeah.
Right.
Like saying things that he'll hear us say. Like we'll talk and we'll say something.
Right.
And he's motivating them, saying things to them because he heard us.
Yeah.
So that's the same type of thing. Like he's stealing a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
to his friends,
The cheat code.
he to his friends, he's this all wise kid. But he's just listening to us. He'll hear us say something like, "You know that ain't right, right?" And he just break it all down. Like, who is this kid, right? But he's listening.
Right.
Yeah.
That's an awesome thing. All right, we're in the wrap up, guys. We like to end the show off with a little brotherly advice. So this is just an opportunity for you to share one piece of advice out to the brothers who might listen to this show, catch the show at a later date. It could be about anything. Just one piece of advice that you would like to share. Who would like to go first? Brotherly advice.
I'll say
John's first.
the mind is all and perspective is everything. Everybody's perspective is different, and don't be really mad if someone else's perspective doesn't align with yours.
I like that one. I like that one. All right.
I would say this, it definitely starts with you. Starting with you, acknowledging that it starts with you, and then having the discipline to act that out is key.
I love
And
it.
with acting that out comes your success.
I love it.
Discipline, that discipline.
So you want to go next, or you want me to go?
I'll go next so you can take it home.
I'm gonna take it home. I got a list, by the way.
Well, for all my slackers out
Oh,
there,
yes. Let's hear
I
it.
think the number one brotherly advice is, someone said it the other day, I think it's real simple. When you see another black man, say what's up, man. Say
what's
hi.
up.
Say
I
what's
love
up.
it.
Stop the mean mugging, man. Just say what up to the brother. Hey, how you doing, brother?
No
Hey, it's
more
nice to see you,
mean
brother.
mugging.
That's it. Hey, brother, how you
Hey,
doing? Hey,
brother.
brother. It's good. Good to see you, brother.
Is it
That's
okay
it.
if you give him one?
The
of these?
head nod.
Hey, nah, yeah, that's even
Yeah.
good too.
Hey, brother.
And you have to look in their eye. You gotta
Look at me now, hey, brother.
What up?
You know what I mean? That's
I
all.
acknowledge
That's
you.
it. I say, cause sometimes I say to people,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, back, man.
Hey,
This mother.
this.
Oh yeah, don't that make you feel some type?
Right? I'm trying to
When
say
you
what up,
trying to
what up,
be-
brother?
Peace, brother.
You ain't gonna
Yeah.
say nothing, mother.
Yeah, damn. Brother, just got his head down. Put his head
Yeah,
in the
man.
man.
Yeah,
Say what up to me, brother.
right.
Hey, this is my little brotherly advice. You're gonna love this, though. You're gonna love this. I would like to send out a message specifically to my little brothers. I haven't seen you guys in weeks.
Hey, come on, we got seats for you
God,
guys.
we would like to invite my brothers to the show just so I can get a hug.
Shout out to Wiley.
This is
Omar.
for Waleed, Kareem, and Omar Muhammad. If anybody happens to get this deep into the show, if you see my brothers, tell them that their older brother Abdul
Says what up, though.
said, "Hey man, how you guys doing, man? I would just like to see you guys. I like to be your friends. I like to get you on the show and find out why you guys are going out together and not inviting me.
And let's be excited when we call you. How about that?
How about that? We called you last time.
We
on
called
the
someone, they
show.
weren't excited to
They didn't want to
us.
talk to us.
Be excited
So,
to hear us, man.
My advice is, if you have a brother, give him a call this week. Give your brother a call this week. Stay connected with your family, because you never know what somebody's going through. So call them. I joke. I'm joking, right? I joke around a lot about my brothers. I love my brothers, but give them a call. Check in on them. Sometimes as you get older, you get pulled apart. Give your brothers a call this week. All right, so take us out of here.
That's all I take us out. That's all I do right there.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of the Manhood Tree live cast. We appreciate you listening in.
Peace.
Join us next week, Tuesday at 6 p.m. sharp. And also, never stop dreaming. Peace.
Hey.
Yeah.